Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and if you are new here, hello and welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing, and if you are back, welcome back. Today I am here with a review of a diamond painting that I actually completed in about 24 hours. So this is a really beautiful piece of artwork called the Great Wave Off Kanagawa, and is by the artist Hokusai. And this kit is from Diamond Dotz and is one of a couple of versions that Diamond Dotz offers. This is a kit that, like I said, I completed in about 24 hours, and that was part of just kind of a challenge that I put myself under, and I'll talk more about that and what that looked like and why and all the things a little bit later in this video. But in these review videos, I like to just take you on a little journey, if you will, of what it was like to work on this diamond painting, talk about the things that I loved about it, maybe some things that I wished would have been different, and just hopefully give you a sense for what to expect if you were to buy this specific kit, and or if you were just to buy from this company in particular. This is hopefully just going to give you the information you need to decide if, yeah, this is something you want to work on for yourself. I have a whole playlist of post-review videos that you can take a look through if there's a particular company you're looking to see if I've done a review on. I have reviewed a lot of different companies and a lot of different kinds of kits here on my channel over the years, and so hopefully there's something there that you'll find helpful. Let me give you a breakdown of the stats of this kit first. So it is 60 by 41 centimeters or 23.6 by 16.1 inches. That's the size of the actual design, the artwork. If you're, Diamond Dotz also lists the full fabric size, like including the white borders, but that's not something I typically take into consideration. You might be noticing as you're looking at this that there are parts that do not have any diamonds on them that are still part of the artwork, like this background area and the lettering over here. And so when you have a diamond painting that looks like this, where the whole thing doesn't necessarily have diamonds on it, this is the kind of diamond painting that we call a partial or a partial drill diamond painting. By contrast, if this had diamonds over the entire design area, like over the whole image area, we would call that a full drill diamond painting. So partial drill diamond paintings, I actually really enjoy working on them in the right context, and Diamond Dotz has a lot of partials, and I feel like they generally do them pretty well and pick artwork that really suits it. It allows you to still have a level of detail like we have in the characters over here, that otherwise you wouldn't really be able to translate to diamond painting form unless it were a really large diamond painting. This kit has a total of just 14 colors in it, and I have the storage that I used over here. Diamond Dotz does not send their diamonds with, or their kits rather, with a set of sticker labels or anything like that. And so what I tend to do with Diamond Dotz kits is I will literally just take little sticker labels myself and just draw the symbol on them and put them on the containers. And that usually works for me. And I just refer to, I just will refer to the legend if I need to clarify the colors or anything like that. If you're interested, by the way, because I've gotten some questions about this, this is a kind of mini version of the Elizabeth Ward containers that you can get. I've only seen them on AliExpress, and I just ordered these recently thanks to my friend Rax or Raxify that first showed these on his Instagram, and I was like, I need those because those will be perfect for smaller scale projects like this one. So I'll have it linked below if you're interested. Not an affiliate link or anything, just a, hey, FYI. This kit has round diamonds. Diamond Dotz does have some kits that have square shaped drills. Actually, I believe that their other version that they carry of the Great Wave Off Kanagawa actually does have square drills and is a full drill canvas. This one has round drills and has one AB. It's a white AB that I'll give you a closer up look at here in just a little bit. But my overall impressions of this kit are that I really, really thoroughly enjoyed working on it. It was a lot of fun. Diamond Dotz, as I was picking this up, I noticed something that is really distinctive and fun about Diamond Dotz kits, which is that the sparkle on their round drills is incredible. I feel like they're kind of known for having incredibly sparkly drills. You'll most notice that sparkle in the darker colors, but you can kind of see it in the grays up there too. Super, super sparkly, very, very faceted and gorgeous drills to work with. I did want to note that this actually is originally from the Diamond Dotz At Home line of kits. Now, this was something that Diamond Dotz had for a little while back. It was like a direct sales type thing where they would have like, I don't know, yeah, like direct sales people. Like there were some people I know that sold like on Instagram. And I remember I first saw this kit on the Instagram account DazzleDriller, and I really fell in love with it at the time, but I didn't pick it up. I just thought, oh, it's okay. I'm not in the mood to work on it anytime soon. I didn't grab it. And then Diamond Dotz closed down their Diamond Dotz At Home line. At least I couldn't find anything about it when I was looking for this kit last year. Then a few months ago, I noticed that I was just browsing the Diamond Dotz website, and I noticed that they had added a section on their website of Diamond Dotz At Home kits. And so, I don't know if they just had leftover stock that they decided to sell through the website, or if they decided to kind of keep this line of kits available and just still have it under that label. But I was really happy to see that because I really did specifically want this partial version with round drills, and I hadn't been able to find the same version anywhere else. So especially knowing how it looked completed after seeing DazzleDriller's finish, I knew this was one that I wanted. I was so happy when I got to get my hands on this one. So I'm going to try to get up close some of these areas and tell you a little bit about working on this kit, especially as we look up here in this area where this was actually the last section that I worked on. I started at the bottom left and kind of came across the rows this way. And yeah, the last section that I worked on was up here in this like cloud, or no, this is the top of the wave, I think maybe. I'm not, no, that's a cloud. So I was at the end of, around 24 hours into this. And so I was just multi-placing and being like, I'm so close to being done. And so you can see that my placement is not perfect. I'm really tempted to go back in with a straightener because with Diamond Dotz kits, if you don't place exactly perfectly, you sometimes will see a little bit of the symbol kind of peeking out around the bottom. Like I feel like you can kind of see a little bit in some of these areas, kind of it peeking around. And with Diamond Dotz kits, one thing that I don't necessarily love is that the printing of the symbols on the canvas is usually a different color than, or it's not quite the same color as the actual drill color you're going to be putting down. And so, I feel like that makes it more obvious that like if a symbol is going to peek out around the drill if you don't place it perfectly. So, but I've mentioned that in past Diamond Dotz reviews, and it's not a deal breaker for me. It's just it's not my favorite thing. I'm already seeing places that, I didn't multi-place exactly perfectly because I was just like, I want to see how fast I can get this done. That being said, there were a number of areas that there was multi-placing, color blocking rather, and so there were opportunities for multi-placing. These shades of gray through here, there was a lot of color blocking, and I had my 12 placer and I was zipping through it as fast as I could. However, there were still quite a few areas with a lot of confetti. The highest confetti areas were probably like down here in this area and a little bit in here. And those were the slower sections to go, but I feel like it translates incredibly well in terms of the level of detail and the way that it comes through. I think that this piece is just incredibly beautiful. I thought so 4.5 years ago, and I think so today as well. Also wanted to note that this was actually the first kit that I worked on and completed for the event Summer with the Masters. This is an event that I co-host with my friend Anthony from Single and Placing, and it's an event that, this is I think the 4th year we've done it, that centers around old masters artwork. So it's artwork that's from before the current copyright year, which this year I believe is 1928 and earlier. And so the event goes through June and July. You can jump in anytime, no new start or finish required. But I was at a diamond painting retreat leading up to June 1st and on June 1st. And I kind of thought, I brought this with me thinking I'll start it so I can start an old masters kit on June 1st. And as I was thinking about it, and getting ready to like finish what I was working on before and then go to kit up this one, I thought, this kit isn't too big. I wonder if I could finish this before the end of this retreat, which was, 24 hours plus, overnight. And then we were leaving the next morning. And so I thought, yeah, okay, I'll challenge myself to a little race here and just see what I can do. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And so there I went. And like I said, I broke it down into sections. I kind of divided it into first rows left to right, and then I would cut it this way into like, I think a total of 4 sections, or maybe it was 3 sections across, and each section was taking me just under an hour, depending on the amount of color blocking, sometimes a little bit less. And so I zipped through it. I probably spent, if I had to guess, like 8 or 9 hours on it total. And I don't really generally recommend trying to diamond paint as fast as possible. I think that's a really quick road to burnout and to not enjoying the craft necessarily. And so you'll time and time again here on my channel hear me advocate for not trying to speed run a canvas. But every once in a blue moon, if you like a challenge, like I was feeling and like I was in the mood for a challenge at the time, I think it can be really fun to do, but it's only like you have to know yourself. You have to know if that's something you're going to enjoy, if it's going to really just mess with your ability to enjoy a kit or not. I do have to say that my approach to this and how intensely and quickly I was trying to go meant that I was not stopping to enjoy this artwork. Quite honestly, I was in go mode. I was hyper focused on the sections and the areas that I was working on. And it kind of felt like when I got to the end of that 24 hours, it was like this adrenaline rush and then a little bit of like oh my gosh, I feel like I didn't even absorb working on this kit at all. And I stepped back and looked at it. I was like, oh wow, that's what it looks like. That looks really good. So I fully recognize like what I did miss out on by taking this on as like let me see how fast I can do this this kind of project challenge. But again, it was fun. And I feel like with a relatively smaller scale canvas like this one, it was, it was fine. I'm not like upset or like, oh, this is, something I wish badly that I would have spent more time on and took my time on. So that's just my thoughts on sort of speed running a canvas. I don't necessarily foresee myself doing anything like that again anytime soon. It would really have to be special circumstances anyway, because I have young ones. I've got a husband and, I just have a lot of stuff going on like at home that I'm trying to keep up with. The only reason this really worked out is because I was at a diamond painting retreat. It was just like, we were just being social and hanging out. I was part of the planning committee, so that's part of why I was kind of hopping up, and I didn't finish this. I didn't finish this faster, which is going to sound so silly. But the circumstances were right for me to take on a project like this. As we've been going over the canvas, I've been trying to kind of show you where some of these white ABs are. They're doing some really pretty kind of highlighting and sparkling in the waves. They kind of, it's kind of a floppy canvas, not in a bad way. At least the drills aren't falling off. The glue's nice and sticky. There's these ABs kind of going along like the top of the wave and kind of over the crest of the wave. There's ABs outlining in this cloud over here. That white AB I feel like is a really nice one for this kit. Like it just works really well with the colors it's reflecting. And I really like it in the waves, kind of the tips of the waves here too. I think it's a really, really nice one. I did want to point out, in case you didn't know, one of the features of Diamond Dotz canvases is typically you will see that, with other diamond painting companies, usually, not always, but I feel like the majority of the time, you will not see any of the artwork kind of extend past the edge of the drills. But with Diamond Dotz kits, you almost always do. There's kind of like a little, it's not even like maybe half a centimeter of a border going around it that just kind of continues the image. It's an interesting effect. I don't mind it. I think there's some people that don't necessarily love it, but I think it gives a kind of a nice finished effect actually in a lot of ways. And I don't mind that feature at all. I think it actually also suits this kind of partial artwork too. So one thing I do want to mention before I forget, that is something that I always run into with Diamond Dotz canvases. I don't know what it is, but their drills are some of the most staticky that I have ever worked with. Like consistently, Diamond Dotz drills are super, super staticky. So you can see, if you noticed earlier, you might have seen that there's multiple dryer sheets in basically every single one of these containers. Kitting up this project took me it was like an hour, and that was to kit up 14 colors. I was cutting open the heat sealed baggies and tucking dryer sheets in there and trying to shake them around a little bit. And then at one point, because that wasn't even fully doing the trick, this is a really silly story. I was sitting there, I was like, these dryer sheets just aren't cutting it. And someone next to me commented, do you have any alcohol and Q-tips? You could swab some isopropyl alcohol in the bags, and that could potentially help with it too. I said, I don't have either of those things. And someone else nearby said, I have Q-tips. And then someone else said, well, I have wine. And so I thought, sure, why not? It'll make for a fun story, if nothing else. And so I dipped a Q-tip in this wine and squeezed out as much liquid as possible, but it was still, a little bit damp, and swirled it around in the bags of drills. And wouldn't you know, that actually worked and helped eliminate the static enough that I could at least get them out of the bags and into the containers. So I just thought, you got to use what resources do you have on hand. Funnily enough, like a few hours later, we realized that in the first aid kit at the retreat site that there was indeed like alcohol and alcohol wipes. So it's like I could have, if I would have known that, I could have done that. But then it wouldn't be as fun of a story. If you happen to watch my review of Dragon Princess earlier this year, you would have heard me talk in that review about how I was really disappointed because I ran out of drills, and I came really close to running out of drills in multiple colors. And I was really taken aback at the time because that has not been my experience, generally speaking, with Diamond Dotz kits. I'm really relieved to report back that in this kit, I had plenty left over in all colors. They did not come anywhere close to running out on any of these. So I'm really inclined to think that my experience with Dragon Princess was a fluke in terms of running out of colors, and the evidence continues to point to that, but I just thought I would mention it in case any of you remembered that and were wondering. I don't know that I had anything else that I really disliked about this canvas. It was really great to work on. It was just, I didn't love how, I don't necessarily love how the symbols aren't always exactly kind of the same color as the drills that are going to be going down. And then when I'm, speed multi-placing, you see I'm trying to straighten some drills here, that just, if you don't place really as accurately as possible, you might sometimes see a little bit of that peeking around. It's really going to be most noticeable in the lighter drills like these grays and these whites. It's not really going to be almost at all noticeable, I think, in like the blues and the dark colors most of the time, but that's something I'm kind of meh on. And then just like the static, I don't know if there's anything they can do about that. I'm kind of a proponent, in my experience, it feels like whether or not you have static and how much static you have tends to be climate dependent. But also, I do think that there's something about maybe the manufacturer that also is a factor, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something about the drill materials, like what they're made up of, or something about the packaging process, but I just know that static, honestly, like if you've kitted up a kit with lots of static, it is truly one of the most frustrating and infuriating experiences. And so that's why I want to make sure you know that there are some, I guess, hacks or solutions like using cut up dryer sheets and, swabbing, Q-tip with some alcohol or some like static guard or something in it. I've even done the, I would kind of, if you cut open the bag and kind of push it open a little bit and you try to like breathe in, like if you were trying to fog up a car window or something, like that kind of breath into the bag, that kind of puts humidity in there and eliminates some of that static. There's a lot of different things you can try, but just know, like, I completely empathize that with you if you've dealt with crazy static and just been like, I'm just gonna throw this project away, it's too much. But made it through and it was fine. Once I had everything in the containers and was working on the kit, I wasn't really running into it being a problem on my, tray and stuff. You can wipe down your tray with a dryer sheet too. That doesn't hurt either. So yeah, my overall impressions and thoughts on this kit were that I loved it. This was really, really fun to work on, and just, I love how it looks finished. I think it looks so good. I was spoiled a little bit, like in a good way, knowing how it was going to look finished, having seen someone else complete it. And that's what I hope maybe I can be for you, is like seeing how it is completed. You can go, oh yeah, no, I like this, or no, I don't like this. You can decide if that means that's something you want to buy or not. But, I do like Diamond Dotz kits. They are just a pretty reliable and solid brand to buy from. They have been around like nearly I don't know. I think they're one of the first companies that was really mainstream in the US, like made it into stores and stuff. And so I've worked on a number of their kits over the years and have generally had a pretty positive experience with their kits, particularly their round drill kits. I've only done one square drill kit from them, so I can't really speak to that as much. So if you were to go and get this kit and be looking at the version that comes with square drills and is full drill, like has the whole, full coverage, I can't say for certain what your experience would be like working with those drills or what the finished effect would be. This is, I'm just trying to show you what the round drill version looks like. Look at that sparkle in those drills. It's so good. It's so good. Just, oh my gosh, so sparkly, so sparkly. So I would say that if you like the way that this looks and you're willing to power through like a little bit of static and whatnot, I say definitely go and take a look at this kit. To my knowledge, at least last time that I looked, Diamond Dotz is only offering the Diamond Dotz At Home line on the Diamond Dotz website. That's where I had to order this one from. And I feel like when it shipped to me, it shipped and like the return label was kind of a different parent company. Was it like Needlepoint or Arts or something? It was something different. So don't be surprised if you see that. But I didn't have any trouble ordering from the website. I feel like the turnaround and shipping time was pretty, you know, normal, like not particularly long, not super fast. It was just kind of, it was normal. And they do have a number of other Diamond Dotz at Home kits on the website. So if those were ones that you had eyed in the past and then were bummed that you missed out on because they just kind of closed that program down, you can find them on the website now. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think. I'm going to be looking at what other old Masters kits I want to be working on for Summer with the Masters. If you want to find out more about that event, I'll have some links for you in the description box below. You can feel free to go and take a listen and a look, and feel free to jump in. You could grab this kit and come in on time. You could work on it. And if you decide to take a speed run challenge on this kit or any others, I'd be curious to hear what your experience is like. Did you enjoy it? Do you wish you hadn't done it? Was it like something you do often, or is it just like, oh, it was fun one time and the rest of the time I find it more enjoyable to sort of relax and kick back and work on things at a more leisurely pace? So I hope this was helpful. I enjoy kind of reviewing kits with you and hoping that it gives you a sense for what to expect. Again, if you were to buy this exact kit or buy from this company. So let me know your thoughts. Do you like the way that it looks? In spite of my kind of messy multi-placing in some of those last areas, what do you think of the ABs? And is static your nemesis? Or do you live in an area where like, no, I never deal with static because I want to move to where you are? Anyway, thanks again for watching, friends. Subscribe if you want to see more diamond painting videos from me. You'll see lots of other reviews like this one, along with, you know, unboxings, whip and chats, tutorials, all the things. I would love to have you here. Hope you have a great day, friends, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.